evening, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you are hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly. Welcome to Extra Class, episode number 161. Trust that everybody has been having a wonderful weekend. Trust that everybody has been having a blessed Sunday. What the people them eat. Johnny ate so before we wake up. It was a run go out the gate, go pick up something, brother. Everybody has been having a blessed Sunday. Hope dinner cook already, people eat and relax. So you teach about some things we have to jam down. Jam rock. Jamaica land we love. Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vibes Cartel, Portia Simpson Miller, Tanya Stevens, Shelley and Fraser Price. And Shensia! Congratulations, Shensia. You understand on the Interscope deal. You see me? It's a good look. You understand me? I say, peeps, we there, yeah. Big up on yourself. You understand? We now waste no time because, we kind of about 1 minute late and our principal say, but the later just, you understand me? I say? Get the thing up and running, but me balance some things. Portion of things we never talk about Friday night. You understand? Then some portion of things happen since we talk Friday night. So you know what thing go. You understand me? I say? You know what thing go. The weather outside nice, cool and calm and you understand, I hope some rain did fall, or more rain did fall for kind of catch some more water up and Mona them and Hope Reservoir and full up a river them and you understand me? I say everything nice. But you know what thing go, a jar work same way. So peeps, I spoke about a situation on Friday night where siblings, sister and brother would have left home and journeyed from Guyshill in St. Catherine to Westmoreland to their father, 10-year-old and 12-year-old, I think. We've seen another situation now where siblings again have been reported missing, and I would have post that again on in my community tab. Did not do an individual video and thing, so I wanna know if any update has been made public since I did that, because I kind of did asleep. So these are the two Empress, Natasha Green and Shakira Green. So teen sisters of Bull Bay. And anytime you hear anything about Bull Bay right now, you have to scratch your head and worry, because a bare foolishness are going out of Bull Bay. You understand what I say? So police and members of a family in Bull Bay have launched a desperate search to locate two teenage sisters who have been reported missing since Thursday. That's a long time, you know. You understand what I say? And thing. The girls identified as Natasha and Shakira Green. Natasha is 14 and 16 years old, respectively, are from the Claremont Road section of Bull Bay in St. Andrew. So reports from the police are that the females were last seen at their home. Their mode of dress at the time they went missing is unknown. And Natasha, which is that young lady over there, is of slim build and is about 165 centimeters or 5 feet 5 inches tall, while Shakira is of dark complexion, stout build, and is about 160 centimeters or 5 feet 3 inches tall. And the police have since issued an under alert for the two. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of the Green sisters are being asked to contact the Bull Bay. Well, he's being asked to contact the Bull Bay police at 876. I'm gonna post this. See? The Bull Bay police at 876-967-6810. The police 119 emergency number or the nearest police station. So hopefully the two Empress are okay, and hopefully they will be reunited with their families soon. You understand what I say? Because, boy, we can't bother with them more sad news around here. We're tired of it. Miss Patsy Brown, good evening, Empress. Sorry, I just leave work. Not at no man, you had my general. You done cut the day there. Miss Brown, thank you, Hope everything alright. You understand? I'm glad for know you reach home alright. So, peeps, we hope that these two young ladies are alive and that they will be reunited with their family in very short order. You know what thing go. Yeah, things that way. So you know, peeps, we know the story that model, I not even remember exactly where I'm do. Designer, Dexter Pottinger was stabbed and killed sometime last year. We know that somebody was arrested and charged. That person would have pleaded guilty recently, and as such sentencing would have followed, but the sentencing period, the amount of sentence is not in keeping with what his family was expecting. The person on the screen in the black jacket is the lawyer who represented the family, and the male in the white top and the two females are siblings of Dexter Pottinger, based on my understanding. So Pottinger's loved ones dissatisfied with killer's 12-year sentence. Miss Sharmlolly, thank you so much, Empress. Really and truly appreciate that. You understand what I say? Blessings every time. And thing. Teach any news on Luton, Shelton. Sir Belvedere, not on Shelton per se, but unfortunately his father, who would have been very supportive and would have been there for him since he became ill, would unfortunately have passed last week or week before last. So his father died recently. That is the only update I have. I do not know anything as it relates to how treatment is going and how well he's responding to treatment, unfortunately. But I know that unfortunately his father would have passed on recently. So that I am sure that would have been a major blow to Luton, as apparently they shared a wonderful relationship and his father was there for him every step of the way while he was you know what thing go? Yeah man, thing. Zane? So you know, so yesterday's sentencing of the man who confessed to killing Dexter Pottinger has not eased the minds of the fashion designer's relatives, yeah? Who say that the killer's account of what transpired has left many questions unanswered. So 23-year-old Romario Brown was sentenced to 12 years for manslaughter, because that is why he pleaded guilty to. Zane, 4 years for larceny of a vehicle and 1 for simple larceny at the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. Justice Lorna Shelley Williams handed down the sentence, said they will run concurrently. So Pottinger's sister, Tashan Adams, in an interview, insisted that Brown's story does not add up. You understand what I say? And please, you know, we just share this because we don't really choose the news. The news are the news. You understand what I say? Anting. Yeah, because you don't know our personal conviction for a certain lifestyle and them something about. The news is the news here, so work we are. Shall we there now? This young man stated that he stabbed my brother out on the balcony and my brother ran inside the house. I was the one that cleaned up the murder scene and there was no blood out there. We, collectively as a family, his friends, we still have questions about the circumstances surrounding it because he is inconsistent. You said that you stole from the house, but when you come back into court, you pleaded not guilty. You are going to say that you never took the television. To me, that is signs of somebody who is not sure. Them not sure. Like him don't have him story straight. And no, we are not pleased, Adam said, making her dissatisfaction with the sentence known. You see me? So we're not going to delve no more into that still. The essence of the topic in the stream is that sentencing would have been completed and the person was sentenced to a total of a number of years, but some of the years will run concurrently, so the person will serve 12 years, I suppose. You understand what I say? Yeah, man, so I can move on from that. You know what I think? Anting. A minute a piece. I'm going to fix a little thing here, so. Boom. Close off this. Yes, sir. Yeah, peace. Make we move on now. Cops outgunned and shot by heavily armed robbers in Maypen. Them say no playpen. The news would have been on social media. Some videos were kind of unusable, really and truly. You understand what I say? So I guess that's a part of why I not do no video on that yet, because there's not much footage to kind of go about, because so I guess some persons were still shaken up by the whole situation and such. So I'm not get no good video out of that. I'm gonna search or something. Yeah. See? So 2 police officers were shot and injured as they attempted to thwart a daring daylight robbery spree that was being committed by heavily armed gunmen in Maypen, Clarendon on Sunday morning. So 2 policemen, the Corporate Communications Unit, the Information Arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, confirmed the incident. So the 2 policemen were shot this morning. It is an ongoing situation at this time, as police personnel would have still been on the scene and stuff. A representative from the CCU said. So videos showing several spent shells from a 12-gauge shotgun and other firearms outside the large Chinese-operated supermarket in the Clarendon capital have been circulating on social media. Pele Kesha say him have no footage. Well, if the footage is vertical and a shake, if for me it's not really footage still, I understand just some clips, but you know I think of family. If them balance and the phone them turn crossway and me I get 16:9 video, then me don't appreciate it, you see me? But if not, blessings every time. You see, me can't bother with the cutting and the quality of them something. You see me I say? Yeah man. I'm gonna put up by the screen there, so. Lawless, big up yourself, brother. Man, some respect, you know. You know, I appreciate the generosity every time, you know, bro. You see me? So as me I say, you know, it is understood that a police sergeant and a constable, both attached to the Mapen police station, came under gunfire while on foot and mobile patrol, respectively, in the Guinea area of the town. See? Reports are that about 9:15 a.m., 2 motor cars with several men with high-powered weapons descended on the Guinea area and were in the middle of a robbery spree. Ah boy, 9:15 a.m. in a people. Now 9:15 p.m. in a. You understand what I say? See? And thing, all on the peeps. Yes, sis. You know what time I start stream? On Sunday time. 5:30, miss. Yes, me a stream, you know. You're outside? You know, me not even done set me exam, but alright, come. No, me ain't reach. Alright. And I make that stream with this, sis. Bye bye. Yeah. Yes, peeps. So reports are that about 9:15 a.m., 2 motor cars with several men with high-powered weapons descended on the Guinea area. Zane, we're in the middle of the robbery spree, during which they opened fire on a vehicle reportedly on loan to the Mapen police. How come the Mapen police get vehicle for borrow? Next thing, why the Mapen police need vehicle for borrow when we have... Never mind. Zane, what is again? Me have some phone on my nice. Auntie. Respect, brother. Yeah, peep. Sorry for the thing. Ryan, my son listen to the voice note, brother. You see me? So the constable received gunshot wounds to the face and right shoulder. And the sergeant, who was on foot patrol, challenged the men and was shot twice in the abdomen and buttocks and in the groin. So he was shot twice in the abdomen, shot twice in the buttocks, and shot twice in the groin. I don't know. That me get from it. But before we go any further, respect to the constable who was on foot patrol. The sergeant who was on foot patrol. You understand what I say? He would have been trained and he would have been alert enough to have responded to a situation that needed response and needed to have been treated with immediately, despite the fact that he was outnumbered and he was outgunned. He would have made a vow to serve and protect, and he would have done exactly that. I sincerely hope that the sergeant will be able to recover from his injuries. Zane, Auntie. Alright, General, let's say a word, brother. Big up yourself. Zane, and I hope also that the constable will also recover from said injuries. So the gunmen reportedly peppered the police service vehicle on the scene and a Toyota Mark X motor car that was being driven by another police officer with bullets. During which the third officer also challenged the rampant gunman. Well done again to the third officer. Zane, one of the getaway vehicles, a white Toyota No Surprise Pro Box motor car, later crashed along the nearby Howard Avenue in the town. What happened? Both injured policemen were taken to the Maple Hospital. I'm not sure I shouldn't say that, but it's an article I read it from still. Saying the sergeant is recovering. I'm glad to hear that in King Benji. You understand? And the sergeant is somebody who I'm sure probably in time to come will be looked at by the government for his gallantry in the face of a serious situation. You understand what I'm saying? So both injured policemen were taken to hospital where they are being treated for their injuries, and the Maple police are investigating. Our question though, the Pro Boxer crashed. Somebody did a drive it. Somebody did in it. What happened to them people there? You understand what I say? And thing. I am happy that no lives from the police force were lost. Seeing it seemed like all of the man them would do the foolishness get way and thing, but time longer than rope, as them say. You understand what I say? 9:15 a.m. the man them and unconfirmed reports are suggesting that the men, the robbers, were actually adorned in denim suits and they might have been wearing ballistic vests. So that is something that we probably need to look at as well. See? And things. So you know what I think of. Ah boy. So Constable, Sergeant, hope the man them recover soon. You understand what I'm saying? Well done to the police officers. You see me? We beat the police officers them bad from time to time. You understand? And when them do well, we need to see them do well. You feel what I say? Yeah, man. Them running in the bushes or escape the nearby bushes. You see me? And peeps, we spoke about on Friday night where there was a double murder in Clarendon again. There was some next foolishness in Clarendon again. We soon get to that. I'm going to say I can't find it like how you talk about Clarendon. Yeah. Community tailor shot dead and woman injured in Clarendon. The police have increased their presence in sections of Clarendon where a man was shot and killed and a female injured during an early morning attack by gunmen on Friday. So the deceased has been identified as Sean Cunningham, 26-year-old Taylor of Cooley Lane, Effortville in Clarendon. So reports on the police are that about 7:30 a.m., Cunningham was at his shop, a man gonna work early, located close to the Maple bus park, when he was approached by two men. Reports are that after a brief conversation, the men pulled handguns and opened fire, hitting Cunningham and a woman who was standing close by. The men then made their escape in a motor car. The police were called to the area and the injured persons were taken to hospital where Cunningham died while undergoing treatment and the injured woman treated and released. So the police say no motive has yet been established for the attack. Clarendon. You have to excel on peeps. You understand what I say? I don't know what I'm to man them answer. See, I don't know. Senton man shot dead while sitting inside his car. Come like it's our obituary we are reading this evening, peeps. You know, see what I go on. The Senton police are searching for clues that can lead them to the perpetrators behind the shooting death of a motorist in Captureland, Ginger Hall in the parish on Saturday morning. The deceased man has been identified as, again, 24-year-old little youth, Doyan Earl of Betheltown in St. Anne. So the Discovery Bay police reported that about 1:20 a.m., Earl was sitting in his car when he was approached by men armed with guns. They opened gunfire, hitting him in the upper body. So the police were summoned and Earl was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Boy, I don't know. Clarendon need cleansing. Boy, that's one way of putting it. I tell you. Calvin Carter, good evening, bro. Peeps. I come across a little situation this morning. Zine. First, I saw it on Twitter, posted by Nationwide's Abka Fitz-Henley, Zine, and then one of my brother kind of sent it on and I get some more information piece by piece, then I see it in the paper. We know that St. James, Westmoreland and Hanover is currently under a state of public emergency. And the reason why I said 3 parishes are currently under states of emergencies are because violence has been rampant in the 3 western parishes. Guns are barking unabated. Criminals are running rampant. Innocent people as well as people who are involved in a foolishness are being murdered. The police would have had a slow going in terms of the seizure of weapons and ammunition in St. James, Westmoreland and Hanover. Yes, they have had successes. See? Yes, they have had successes. But the reality is that there are many more weapons in the hands of people with ill intent and ill will. Now, I came across a story where 19 guns and rounds of ammunition were reportedly stolen from a security company in St. James. And I was very taken aback by this story, considering the situation that currently exists in St. James. Why is it we are currently discussing a situation where 19 more guns are now in the hands of potential criminals, murderers? And I'm going to say this. I mean, nobody's not perfect and robbery can go on anywhere, anytime. You understand? But something about that story just rubbed me the wrong way. Something about that story nah add up. Something about that story need for penciling. Something about this story. Something about it. The Montego Bay police in St. James are probing the reported theft of firearms and ammunition from a security company in the parish on Saturday. Police sources have confirmed the loss of some 19 guns and a quantity of ammunition from the company's office, which was reportedly broken in by unknown individuals. Question number 1. How is it a security company is broken into and there is no surveillance footage available to show said perpetrators? A security company whose job is providing security. So then, how come the security company headquarters office is not outfitted with surveillance equipment? Alright? So the parish of St. James is currently under a state of public emergency. You know what the media houses I'm going to put in that. You understand what I say? I don't necessarily know the state of emergency. I go stop the robbery or alleged robbery. See? And thing. So I'm going to some information as we go on. See? The businessman is apparently a 67-year-old man. Like, we have him name, but we don't need to call him name. The police them do that. Them not give a name and a fresh kid. I never seen a name. Johnny 8 said, teacher, government bringing in the guns. Well, me can't confirm or deny that in a brother. You understand what I say? And thing. Zine, it is theorized, alleged, that said businessman resides in opulence in one place a Montego Bay. We don't need to call the name of the place either, because at the end of the day, you have to be wise. Zin? So, the case of breaking and larceny was reported. So, let me give you the breakdown as to me have you now. 4 shotguns and 15.38 revolvers along with an undetermined quantity of 12 gauge and .38 cartridges, 3 motorcycles, 2 desktop computers, and recording devices attached to the CCTV monitor system, all with an estimated value of $4 million. So apparently there was CCTV, but them thief it. You know, yeah, that's right. So the robbery, alleged robbery, was committed between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. yesterday in the Iron Shore Industrial Estate in St. James. So how come nobody know they work when I sat there at the office of the security company? Because if it's a security company, I don't think them only provide security from Monday to Friday. I am sure them probably provide security Sunday to Sunday. So how come nobody never there work? Alright. Me have a look at thing here, so as per the police report. Zane, so the complainant, who is the owner and managing director of the security company named USL Security Limited. They tell us man, this I never know still. Zane? So the USL Security Limited have been experiencing a downturn in business, resulting in the non-certification of firearm user permits by the FLA for the security guards employed to its company. I cannot confirm that. The complainant allegedly stored the weapons and other properties at the office location without assigning any form of security personnel on location. Antical, no, not from the information. I don't think anybody was there. No security was posted there. Nobody never did it. Zine? So me kinda well, I mean, I know. The complainant reportedly visited the office about 12 p.m. on Saturday. Zine? Well, on the 23rd, that is, where the weapons and other properties were observed intact. On his return to the office about 6 p.m. on the 24th, he noticed that the office building was broken into, and the metal safe containing the firearms and ammunition was forced open and the contents stolen. Zin, including other properties from the office. Anting. So, police swabbed the thing, fingerprints, latent fingerprints were extracted, and DNA swabs were done, and investigation and go on. Something, boy, that's something here. Not right. And the reality that we are now facing because of this situation is that 19 more weapons are out on the street in the hands of the wrong persons, with unaccounted for amount of ammunition. How come the security firm not have no alarm system? How come the security firm not secure? Yo, I bet bad things bet joke. This is Jamaica to rotted. Them say that everything good feel good for talk. I sincerely hope that the persons who are responsible, God favor me say this is anansiism, that the persons who are responsible for this bizarre turn of events are held, and all the weapons that are allegedly missing are recovered in very short order. What else me can say? You understand? Then teach, you think these boys are going to use them bare hands? I don't think so. But Miss Daly, me can only tell you what the reports are still. Them say them take some latent fingerprints and them something. So me don't know. You understand what I say? You'll be surprised as to what people do, you know, miss. Why so many criminals around the world are held? Because they then careless. A criminal will make a mistake somewhere along his criminality. You understand what I say? Somewhere. You see that him get complacent, him get overconfident, him feel like him untouchable. You understand? Or him is a novice. Something will go wrong somewhere. You understand? That is why criminals are caught, because they make a mistake. If you have the right detectives and the resources and the science is there to back it up and thing, you know it thing go. Hybrid. You understand? Hybrid. Yeah, I'm not sure you pronounce it. Say, I interview the turn up. Do some more of that, me G. Yeah, man, that's the plan in our family. And I'm glad that the people in full joy the interview, you know, because for some strange reason I was suffering some serious audio issues on location. A lot of clipping, a lot of muddiness in the audio. I have no idea why. I guess we probably need to improve my audio capturing devices. You know, what's the thing, bro? You understand what I say and thing. So we are looking into that. Things are not cheap still. So you know things take a little time. You understand what I say? So we plan to do that, man. You understand what I say? We plan to take on the road, man, and thing. So I'm glad that the ones them full joy the archive interview. If you haven't watched it yet, please do so. You understand what I say? Really out. You see the man just level and thing and show the vibes and not hold back part nothing, and very intelligent and well spoken as well. Very humble youth. You see me? So archive, big up yourself every time, brother. You know what thing, you know. You understand? It was a joy, and we appreciate the man take some time out for really sit down and what a reason with the one. You see me? I say blessings. And peeps, if you don't have any windshield or clip mics, I mean, they have on windshield, man, a lapel mics, man, and them they depend this what you call them, the talents them, and so it wasn't the wind, it was just clipping. Like I don't understand, and that was the same mic what I did use when me a cover smooth out and not be, and it wasn't. I never have no issue. So I don't know. I don't know if it's because I was also using a different mic from the one. I don't know. I try to work it out. So make we see it go. See? And thing. Teacher, I told you that we are there now. Should keep doing it. I not stop doing it, Romario. It's just that I never did get round to it yet. As you understand me I say, but you don't know anything. Everything take a little time with brother. We not this to the long haul and a sprinting as a marathon. So them things I will always forward through, man. And as I say now, if a man them know none of the artists them from yesteryears where them have links or contacts or know people who have links or contacts with them, make 2 links and let me know what go on, man. You understand me I say? No, have all the information in the description and know anything go. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, we have everything, email. So I just link up and say, teach, Omar Ben, blessings, welcome family. I appreciate the support. See, you know what thing go. You see? So, you help me to know. You understand? Alright, peeps. Yes, I. Anting. So I can move on to our next story where not really nice. 15-year-old boy among 2 shot in Kingston Western. So the police are keeping a close watch on sections of the Kingston Western Division following a gun attack on a 15-year-old boy and hours later an attack on a 23-year-old man in separate incidents there. So reports are that the 15-year-old boy is in hospital battling for his life after he was shot and injured by a gunman in the Tiwari Crescent section of Denham Town on Thursday. So reports are that about 4:15 p.m., the student was traveling along the mentioned road when he was attacked by unknown assailants and shot several times. The criminals who carried out the attack then escaped from the area. So the police were called and the injured teen was taken to hospital where he has since been admitted. So several hours later, investigators were called to the 10th Street section of Arnett Garden that also falls in the Kingston Western Police Division, where a 23-year-old man was shot and injured. So residents reported that about 10 p.m., the man was walking along the mentioned roadway when gunshots were heard. So the police were called and the man was found with gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital where he was admitted. And Denham Town police are investigating both incidents. And the police say they have no reports that suggest that the 2 incidents were connected. Them connected because 2 men get shot and then the hospital. You know see no connection in that. I'm just saying, peeps. You understand what I'm saying? You see, boy, I don't know. We still down a town. Right now we have a portion of clown. 57-year-old man stabbed to death in downtown Kingston. So tensions are high. You don't say. In sections of the Market District in downtown Kingston, following the fatal stabbing of a 57-year-old man by another vendor of the same age on Thursday. So 57-year-old man stabbed 57-year-old man. Blessings trying to keep awake. I really and truly appreciate the Foxy. I appreciate the work. You know what I mean? And thing. So 2 57-year-old man, grandfather settings. You understand? One dead, but one I got prison. Then what the sense in that? The deceased has been identified as Fabian Moses, otherwise called Romy, a higgler of a Kingston address. So reports are at about 6:20 p.m. Moses and another man, said to be about 54, well, he's not really 57, got into an argument which later escalated into a fight. During the fight, Moses was stabbed. The police were called to the scene and the injured man was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The alleged attacker was later taken into police custody, and the incident has reportedly triggered some tensions in sections of the Market District. Yeah, peeps. So the First Minister, the Prime Minister, I'm talking to the MP, the opposition leader, the Prime Minister, and school fee. Make sure this one register, cause no money now make a man suffer, and to the country run it a go tougher. Baby Sham, big up yourself, youth. Them tune there. So, the First Minister, the Prime Minister, you understand, a very shrewd politician, if I might say so myself. Well, he has become a very shrewd politician. See? And he seems to be spending a lot of time reading the 48 laws of power. Yeah? And thing. And we're seeing a situation where Mr. Holness is coming under increasing pressure because he has failed to declare some stuff, and as such he has not been cleared by one integrity commission type of thing. And this is a cause for concern, because if we have a premier, a prime minister who keeps on saying and suggesting that he is hell-bent on fighting corruption and getting rid of corruption, especially from the political landscape, I think that the Prime Minister should be leading from in front at every opportunity he gets. And when there are things that he, as an individual, needs to do, then it should be done forthwith, and there should be no questions left. See? I am not sure that is the situation as we speak. Alright. The headline reads, more heat on Holness. Two prominent business leaders have renewed call for Prime Minister Andrew Holness to address frontally issues surrounding his yet to be cleared statutory declarations. So the private sector organization of Jamaica, President Howard Mitchell, said that Holness' continued failure to address his long overdue declarations could result in the erosion of confidence in the government and Jamaica as a destination for foreign direct investment. We are concerned, and we would at least like to know why Mr. Holness has not made his declarations known. We understand that circumstances alter cases, fair enough. But we believe that government must be transparent, and accountable, Mitchell said. He added that Holness' failure to be clear by the Integrity Commission could also give the impression that the leader of the country is not responding to the requirements of the law. We think that if there's a difficulty in meeting that response, then the Prime Minister must officially deal with the Integrity Commission. To the satisfaction of the Commission, and to the extent possible, let the public know the reason for the delay, when it will be rectified, and if it can be rectified. And if it cannot be rectified, why not? Howard Mitchell stated. That's some serious points. Howard Mitchell, I make you say, peeps. I want to follow what come in. Holness and several other serving and former parliamentarians, including Xavier Mean, Luther Buchanan, Leslie Campbell, Ian Ailes, Ruel Reid, Arnaldo Brown, and Keith Walford, were flagged after their income, assets, and liabilities declarations were not cleared as cited in the 2017 annual report of the Integrity Commission. May I go back through the names of them? The Prime Minister, the First Minister, the Head of Government, the Leader of the Nation, Andrew Michael Holness, and several other serving and former parliamentarians, including Xavier Mean, Luther Buchanan, Leslie Campbell, Ian Ailes, Uncle Ruel Reid, Arnaldo Brown, and Keith Walford were flagged after their income, assets, and liabilities declarations were not cleared as cited in the 2017 annual report of the Integrity Commission. Describing the situation as unacceptable, the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce President Floyd said, the man's surname is Distant. See him? You know, I'm in a joke around. Said Holness runs the risk of squandering hard-earned trust from the public and international investors if he continues to drag his feet. You don't say. Noting that the request from the Integrity Commission must be adhered to. Distant said the Prime Minister, being the country's highest elected official, has more to lose than most by his perceived reluctance to speak on the matter. The Prime Minister have a whole heap of advisor who will get paid for advice. Like, none of them advisor, they don't realize, so them not advise the Prime Minister the right way. In advising the Prime Minister to come talk to the public or the Integrity Commission. But them are getting millions of dollars for advice. We don't have some advice with them, but make it stay. He also believes foreign investors usually seek out countries in which they believe the holders of the public office have a high degree of trust. As a result of that, the confidence that is created in their minds around the holders of public office starts with the Prime Minister, obviously. Distant said, and while we don't suggest that investments will be stopped because of his failure to make known to Parliament his statutory declarations, it should be understood that if it is not resolved in a satisfactory time, that is going to be cause for greater concern. Peeps, if the Prime Minister cannot declare to the Integrity Commission these things, then it is a serious cause for concern. That is just the reality. This has nothing to do with politics. It's just the reality of the thing. Zane? And as Howard Mitchell correctly stated, that circumstances alter cases. If there are difficulties providing the declaration in a timely manner, then you speak directly to the Integrity Commission and also to the public. Mr. Holness is a very avid user of social media, be it Facebook or Twitter. You understand? And in one tweet, Mr. Holness can say to the country that the situation is X and I am working on providing the Integrity Commission with said information in the very shortest possible time. I mean, Mr. Holness have people who run him Twitter account, I mean, I think I'm running, and advisors left, right, and center. Like, what them people here get paid for? Mr. Holness is enjoying one of the highest approval ratings of any prime minister for a long time, despite the many scandals rocking the Jamaica Labour Party. He, as an individual, as a prime minister, has a very high favorability ratings, as persons generally see him to believe that he has the potential to do good and to improve the country. That is what the polls are saying. And Mr. Holness would not have gotten that overnight. But the reality with these things, you take 10 years to build a wall that can be destroyed in 10 minutes, in 10 seconds. The Prime Minister should be careful. And as the leader of the country, you need to lead. Not from the side, not from the back, not from underneath, not from above, but from the front, Mr. Prime Minister. Jamaicans, Miss Pearly Simpson. You understand what I say? I know one poll say that. You understand? And many polls kind of say that still. See, and the reality still, if you gauge your population, the reality is that there are many persons who believe that the Prime Minister is doing a job that they are comfortable with in some instances. They will tell you about crime and job creation being an issue and thing, and you can't go around that. But the reality is that his favorability ratings is high. Whether we accept it or not, that is just the reality of the situation. People just generally like the Prime Minister. That is the situation. And when compare him to Peter Phillips, Andrew is here and Peter Phillips is nowhere. Is at that obtains right now in the country. You understand? But the Prime Minister is playing a dangerous game. And the Prime Minister, as the leader of the country, needs to address the issue with the Integrity Commission forthwith. We have a look at follow-up still. Holness submitted additional info to the Integrity Commission. You understand? But we have to use the first article because it did available first, then the one that became available. See? Teach him, Andrew look like him on board for slap you in your head back. Yo, bro, you're easy, you know. Blessings, Father, for try me, la. See it? Boy. And before I start this, consequently, I have promised a long time now to do a video on all major political scandals to have rocked Jamaica since independence. See, I have been scripting that video. The information is not as easily accessible as you would think. That is the first thing. I said that publicly. The information on these scandals is not as easily acceptable, not acceptable, attainable, are accessible as you would think. Is that by design? I have no idea. However, yesterday I did a video entitled The Cost of Corruption to Jamaica. That video has been well received so far and thing. Then I did a follow-up video on that. The politician in Jamaica's history since independence that would have been hit with the most scandals. Zane, one Philip Harwell. You know, people are going to run in and say me a labor. People on this channel, people accuse me of being a labor, right? People accuse me of being PNP. Nobody accuse me of being NDM yet. I don't know how. I don't know when that's going to happen still. But if I do a video, I beat the Prime Minister, me here say me a PNP. If me do a video, I address some things where the People's National Party do, me here say me is a labor, right? Yo, it's not easy, you know. But let me tell you this still. For the people that want to get it through them thick skull yet. This big-head boy don't do politics. I do facts and the truth as is documented. So get that in on a cranium. So when you go address me, nobody come address me from no political lines. address the facts as I am addressing the facts. The information is there for all the scandals that Mr. Philip Paulwell would have been involved or close to. I no make it up, it there. So how come now me become biased or me is a Labour right family? When I beat the Prime Minister for dragging on and waiting until Andrew Wheatley resigned when I think he should have dismissed him, me hear say me is a PNP. And then people, you see, that is one of the biggest problems still facing this country. We fool, yo. We are still so blinded by politics and political tribalism. See it? And political affiliations and preferences. Me no got none. You understand me I say? So when you come accuse me of being PNP, can me talk about Labour right, and Labour right can me talk about PNP. You not sensible or something, yo? Yo, me don't understand. No politician in this country can say that this man we talk right here so is aligned to a political party. None. None. Yo, boy, I don't know. But me I tell you still, I work still. You understand? And when me do a video, Zane, we ensure say we do the research, we put in the work, we take our time, no rush. You feel what me I say? And things. So we know it's alright. We know it's quite fine. and get out on emotions, man, on political emotions and open up on the eyes. That's part of the problem we are facing in this country. Seeing everything is about PNP or JLP. Nothing is about the facts. You understand what I say? Nothing is about the facts. It's all about the peace. Eh? Then how do we grow as a nation? When we can't see beyond our nose. And we can't see politicians for who them really is and what them really is. And when they mess up, whether we support orange or green, Zane, we can't say, yo, even though I support orange, this man mess up. And even though I support green, this man mess up. And when we're going to become as mature as that in our political dealings and wheelings. You understand what I say? And trying to keep away. I'm going to address that, and I'm going to address that very, very clearly. You're asking if I'm a neutral person. When it come on to politics, I'm not on a side, I'm not on a preference, I'm not on an affiliation. I am for what is best for my country now, tomorrow, and next year. That is what I am into. You understand what I say? That is the reality. So, the moment you speak about one color, is the next color. Me not get it. So no one can speak the truth and not be branded as a particular thing in this country anymore. Then where we reach as a nation. And where we go as a nation. When me can't talk the truth, see, I never make up anything about Philip Paulwell. The data is there that Philip Paulwell would have been in charge of the Science and Technology and Commerce Ministry when all of these scandals came to the fore. I never make up none, from NetSurf to Sultria to the cement fiasco to me confused. Me don't even remember all of them. To Energy World International, to Carousel, to a bag of things, family. So how that make me a Labour right when I am just detailing the facts? But never mind, Uno is alright. But I break the monotony. You understand what I say and thing? You have to laugh. Taking teeth cover foolishness. Holness submitted additional information to the Integrity Commission. So Prime Minister Andrew Holness last month submitted additional documents to the Integrity Commission Based on queries, the body made over his 2017 statutory declarations. Holness and several other serving and former parliamentarians, I'm telling you all of that already, Zane have failed to submit their statutory declaration. You understand what I say? And thing. So information from sources close to the Prime Minister with knowledge of the happenings revealed that in an April 23 letter, Director of Investigation David Gray, the Integrity Commission informed Holness that it was in receipt of his April 16 letter and additional documents. Sources said that Gray indicated that the additional information would be passed on to the officers of the commission for analysis. It also indicated that he would be notified if the body needed any further information. There has been no indication on whether the Integrity Commission has requested further information since or whether it was satisfied with Holness' response. Zane, so speaking at a press conference last week, 1 month after Holness' submission, Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis said there was no change in the status of the Prime Minister and other parliamentarians who had not been given the all clear in the 2017 report. I wonder what go on for 2018 reports. So several attempts to get a response from the office of the Prime Minister would have failed. You understand what I say? And as we said before, a number of civic and business leaders have been calling on Holness to publicly address the issue since the report was tabled 3 weeks ago. However, the Prime Minister has remained silent. Father Holness, people them want to know what going on. Well, you submit the documents. I'm going to see what the Integrity Commission Zane. And thing. Xavier Inland said, teacher, I want you to listen me out on this one. All the guns them that the police and soldiers take off the street, what become of them? I cannot speak to that definitively, Zane. I know in some cases weapons are melted down. Zane, in some cases they are destroyed, in some cases they are stored, because you can't always just destroy a gun, so because many times these guns are for evidence in matters in front of the courts. And as such, you can't dispense of these weapons until these cases are dispensed with, because then that is a problem. And we know that the justice system is backlogged and things take a long time and them something. But I cannot speak specifically. Maybe I need to speak to somebody who can furnish me with said information and share it with you. Probably I'll try to get somebody from the police I command to come and address some of them questions at one of them times. It's a good good initiative that I think. So I'll try someday, Zane, and think to get somebody from the police force to address that in particular. Alright? And them something there. You see me? Miss Claudette Carr, thank you so much, Empress. Really and truly appreciate the generosity and the thoughtfulness. Really appreciate it. But good question, Xavier. Good question, family. Now say a word. But me can't say, Zane, in some cases them kill you and put it on them. Yes, we know that has happened as well, DeAndre. We can't deny that as well. But as me say, me can tell you say that is a fact, Zane, and that is happening still, or what the situation is. So I will get somebody who can speak on that. You understand? I not really have no information as to the exact policies and procedures as it relates to weapons that are confiscated. See? So that's something we probably need for add to my database. Appreciate that, family. So peace, when I talk about Integrity Commission and the Prime Minister, Zane, we see a situation where a by-election was held recently in Portland East, where Anne-Marie Vaz would have defeated Damien Crawford. And before I go on, I want to say a little bit about Damien Crawford. I listened some stuff that Damien said recently at a political meeting in central Manchester, that is Peter Bunting's constituency, where the good lecturer and businessman Damien Crawford would have suggested that the Prime Minister should call a snap election. Because if the Prime Minister is so confident that the Jamaica Labour Party will win the election, they should call a general election. And I have, since I've known Damien, considered him to be a very intelligent man. See? And I think Damien's biggest strength is his ability to orate, and it is also his biggest weakness. See? Damien can't be serious, because the reality is, peeps, and again, this is just from my observation, and I've said this before. The reality is this: as long as Dr. Peter Phillips remain head of the People's National Party, they will not win a general election. He is not electable. He is not affable. He does not connect with vast majority of the electorate, especially the younger generation. You understand? He is not present on social media. And the reality is that in a general election, yes, people vote for their member of parliament, but the reality is that people also vote for the Prime Minister of their choice. And as such, I cannot understand Damien Crawford as a man who I think is intelligent. But then that are just my thoughts. Zane, Johnny H, really appreciate that, brother. You know what thing go? A call for a general election after he was beaten the other day in what was a safe PNP seat for the past 30 years. Peeps, 30 years, is the average amount of time them use to determine the climatic condition of a place. 30 years average is, you observe weather condition for 30 years to identify climatic patterns and conditions in a year. 30 years is a long time, You understand what I say? And Damien lost a seat that was held by the People's National Party for 30 years. And Damien really believes, say, if a general election is called right now, the PNP stand a chance. You're wrong, my friend. It's just the reality that. And you ought to be careful of the things that you say. Because I just saying, see, you're more intelligent than that, brother. But that's just my opinion. This still again. Big up yourself, Father Damien. Anne-Marie Vaz and Damien Crawford has been cleared on by-election spending. I think that is that is more important than people would think. So, Director of Election Glasspool Brown has given the green light to the two candidates of the April 4th East Portland by-election. Zane saying that member of Parliament Anne-Marie Vaz and defeated Damien Crawford met the May 16 deadline to declare campaign spending. So under the Representation of the People Amendment Act of 2016, contributors, candidates, and registered political parties are required to file a declaration and report with the Electoral Commission of Jamaica within the prescribed time frame. I think I'll read that again. Triffy and Spike, big up yourself, brother. You know, we always appreciate the support on the channel first and foremost, and we always appreciate the thoughtfulness and financial contribution, the whole generosity thing. You understand what I say? Zane and thing. What DeAndre said teach and money run around here. What you talk about, DeAndre? Let me hear what you say. Zane? Alright, Miss Michelle Makala. Blessings, appreciate the input. You understand? Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening. Thank you very much for the input. Zane, so watch me now. So under the Representation of the People Amendment Act of 2016, contributors to the political candidates, Zane, the candidates themselves and the political party are required to file declarations and reports with the Electoral Commission within a prescribed time frame. So the two candidates, as well as their agents who contested the by-elections, had until May the 16th to file a declaration of their election expenditures and a declaration that, to the best of their knowledge and belief, no contribution from any impermissible contributor has been accepted during the campaign reporting period. You understand what I say? That's serious enough, because remember, we have an election system in Jamaica. We have a culture where Many persons contribute to political parties for various reasons. You understand what I say? And as such, I think that this was an excellent move to have candidates declare where them get their money from, saying who give them the money and how much money them spend. You understand what I say? This is not something that will clean up politics in its entirety. However, it is a step in the right direction. Election, you buy out some of us Jamaicans when election day near. Oh, okay. Well, see, so what you say now, peeps? The Electoral Office of Jamaica boss said both Vaz and Crawford were in good standing, but a report would not be produced until the political parties have also filed their declarations. We will not send a report to the Electoral Commission of Jamaica as yet. The political parties have until October to make their declarations to the Registrar of Political Parties, after which a report will be sent. Also to the ECJ. A link will be provided to the candidate's expenditure and also the party's expenditure. You understand what I say? Zane and thing. Danny, big up yourself and brother. You know, I appreciate the contribution, you know. I hope wife you alright. I hope you bring out the garbage already, you know, bro. You know, Sunday evening. So watch some peeps. The reporting period began on the first day of a campaign period and ends 180 days after the end of the campaign period, which is from March 4 to September 30 for the by-election in East Portland. And this is the important part in all of this, you know, peeps. Candidates and contributors must declare all contributions of $250,000 or more. So anybody will donate at least $250,000 to a political candidate must declare it, and the candidate must also declare it. Zin? Anting. You see me? Candidates may also accept a maximum of $1.5 million from any one donor. So it is suggesting that any individual can only contribute $1.5 million to a political party. And they're only allowed, so the candidates are only allowed to spend $15 million in an election campaign. The person who just contributed to PayPal. Oh, Ellie London, big up yourself for the moment. You know, we appreciate that something, you know, blessings every time. You understand? Tomorrow holiday, pick it up on Tuesday. Alright, daddy, that's your word. Zane? Ah, boy. What are the peeps? Tell about some people. Attention seekers. Cookie, mama. I have to ask you what's cooking. I see it in a red pot. Big up yourself, you know, Empress. We appreciate that. Thanks, Cookie. Blessings every time. You know, we appreciate that something, you know. You understand? Appreciate the support on the channel and appreciate the continued generosity. Blessings every time. So, peeps, I think this is important. I'm going to read back the last paragraph, because we need to know, we need to understand the electoral process. And yes, there are still many issues in relation to politics, and politicking in Jamaica. And the more understanding of the process we have, Zane, is the better it is. So candidates and contributors must declare all contributions of $250,000. But then I suppose a man can give one 10 contributions at $200,000 or $100,000. So I don't know. Zane, under the law, candidates may accept a maximum of $1.5 million from any one donor. Zane, and are only allowed to spend $15 million on election campaigning. So that is the situation and things. So we see how it go in the future as it relates to donation and spending and them something there. You understand what I say? So you know, peeps, we kind of done with that. Zane and thing. We kind of going and look at topic, you know, where boy, I better do, we have to laugh. You understand? Palmer, which is Councillor, now deceased, Mr. Palmer, Owen Palmer, Zane. Why am I add? I know. So Palmer is the man in the green tie. The man in the middle, the brown fellow there, is Floyd Greenlee, former general manager of Petrojam. And the brother over here said the blue tie we laugh, him named Lionel Myrie. He's director of the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica. So, we spoke about this recently where that man I say he was acting only as a courier, him only pass on information, and them say the man who did receive everything is this man in the green tie, Councillor Owen Palmer, who would have unfortunately died in a car accident last year. Palmer, 9 million PetraJam donation not handled in the usual manner, said the permanent secretary. Seeing who confirmed. Zane, let me read that again. Palmer, the 9 million PetraJam donation not handled in the usual manner. Permanent secretary confirms. No estimate received for the Sydenham project. Zane? Alright, so I could break this down now. PetraJam has confirmed that it saw no supporting documents for work to be undertaken when it disbursed a controversial $9 million donation to the Sydenham Citizen Association. So, as per government policies, if a government institution or entity is to donate to a project, then there must be supporting documents of the work to be undertaken. But the reality here now is that no supporting documents were submitted to suggest any work being undertaken by the Sydenham Citizen Association when the $9 million was dispersed. See? But some of these guys in way better guns than what the police are carrying. Yeah, the reality that, brother, the unfortunate reality that, You understand what I say? See, by contrast, the state-owned oil refinery confirmed that the Macook Citizen Association, the original beneficiary of the $9 million donation, submitted estimates for their proposed community project. Remember now, I'm going to follow. The request was first made by the Macook Citizens Association, and then somebody intervened and said the money actually got to the Sydenham Citizen Association. The Macook Citizens Association had submitted all supporting documents, but the people that would eventually get the money never did support none. Alright. The disclosure came recently as PetraJam conceded that the request from the Sydenham Citizens Association was not handled in the normal manner. It seemed like nothing on PetraJam not really handled in the normal manner. See? The team from PetraJam in advising that it is usual for them to get estimates and so on, but the Sydenham case, nothing was provided. Carol Palmer, Permanent Secretary in the Energy Ministry, disclosed at a meeting of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. The donation is the subject of an investigation by the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. See, it's a whole heap of wranglings. You understand what I say? Whole heap of wranglings. Boy, I mean, I know. It's set away. You understand? There was also a follow-up article, but let me give you some more to the first one here. You understand? The request by the Sydenham Citizens Association was forwarded to PetraJam boss at the time, Floyd Greenlee, which is the brown brother in the middle. He was the boss. So the request from the Sydenham Citizens Association was forwarded to him. Then on July the 5th, 2017, via an email from Lionel Myrie, which is the brother in the blue tie. He is a director of the PetraJam's parent company, the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica. At the time, Myrie was also special assistant to then Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley. So that man there we're too hot. In the same email, Myrie indicated that the request from the Macook Citizens Association had been withdrawn. Members of the executive of the association have publicly denied withdrawing the request. So, subsequent publication revealed that on July 17, 2019, 12 days after Myrie's email was sent, 12 days, 12 days after the request was sent, just 12 days, $9,381.50 were deposited to to the bank account of the Sydenham Citizens Association. See? The money was then removed over a 5-week period in 9 withdrawals of $900,000 each. A check of the association bank book shows. Now, Michael Hewlett, president of the Citizens Group, indicated that the money was requested to renovate the community center and revealed that no documents were submitted to PetraJam to support the request for the donation. Hewlett, who now resides overseas, disclosed that the money was used to purchase material and pay workmen, but said there is no documentation as payment were made in cash. So incumbent PetraJam General Manager Winston Watson said that from his understanding, a request was made and it was justified as a reasonable request. I am not sure if they had supplied bills of quantities or anything like that around the project. He said before being challenged by opposition member of Parliament, Peter Bunting. If they had not supplied that, on what basis would it be determined that it was reasonable? Bunting question. When they, which is a team from PetraJam, went to Sydenham, there were a couple of people outside, but they would not communicate anything further than to say, look, there is the building. The building looked like it was recently painted or fixed up, but I can't comment further than that. Yo, you have to take bad things back, joke. So in documents turned over to the PAC, Watson disclosed that nearly 2 years later, representatives of the company have not been able to locate Hewlett or gone inside the building that benefited from the $9 million donation. And efforts made to locate and contact Mr. Hewlett, whose name appears on the letter of request for a donation, proved futile. You understand what I say? Anting. Me tired. See? Me tired. But if I waste some more time with them, I have a next thing to talk about PetraJam and then I go sleep. See? Auntie. Peace, me open up, fella. Cause it's kind of hard to follow, but it's funny. I tell you, you have to take bad things with joke. See? So, I have a look at thing to talk about PetraJam, you know. Yeah, I put up some people on screen there. I tell you who them be. Alright. I know some of them. This Indian looking brother in a green tie, he was former chairman of PetraJam. Him name, I don't remember what him name. I won't tell you what him name. But him was the man now who claimed thousands of US dollars in plane ticket where he never left Jamaica. Him since refund them. Rona saw a Floyd Greenley, he was a general manager. The brother and I go around so I don't remember who him be. This is the good Andrew Wheatley and him good friend Andrew Holness. You understand what I say? Alright. Listen to this now, peeps. $300 million gas giveaway. PetraJam gave. Well, may I read it again so I understand it. $300 million gas giveaway. So basically, they must say PetraJam give away $300 million out of gas. But listen to the circumstances which happen here now. PetraJam and the government gave up chunk of revenue from price cut near elections. Yo! PetraJam and the government gave up revenue totaling $300 million because of a decision taken by former general manager of the state-owned oil refinery. See me, me show you, because I don't want nothing lost in translation. Zin? So this is the general manager. Zin? So PetraJam and the government gave up revenue totaling close to $300 million because of a decision, and we're going to talk about Mr. Greenley further, you know, soon come, we're not done with him this evening. Zin? Because of a decision taken by a former general manager of the state-owned oil refinery, Floyd Greenley, to shave $2, just $2, off the ex-refinery price of gasoline products around the time of the 2016 local government elections, and again over a 1-month period ending in January of the following year. But more troubling for some members of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament was that senior executives at PetraJam could not indicate on whose instructions Greenlee acted when the price rollback was implemented. Facing questions from the PSC, Zane, the issue was first raised by opposition member Michael Hewitt. Zane? No. So facing questions from the PSC chairman Mark Golding and Michael Phillips, the opposition member who first raised the issue, Michael Hewitt, manager of the logistics and marketing at PetraJam and a member of the company's pricing committee, recounted that he and the chief financial officer, the CEO, at the time raised objections to Greenlee's action, but were overruled. I want them to get none of that gas there. I don't know. Members, the answer is that we are not aware of any instructions that Greenlee was acting on. The former general manager took positions, and those were the ones that were implemented. Hewitt said during a meeting, the said meeting, "What was your understanding as to why this was being done?" Golding asked. Both myself and the CFO, which is the chief financial officer, at the time were clearly of the view that the direction was not in keeping with the normal direction. But there was a decision-making process that was followed, and that was the result, Hewitt said. No explanation was offered to you at the committee as to why this was being pursued. Them asked him. You understand what I'm saying? He said there was a sense that the direction that was desired, that is the direction that was desired. He never said who them sent it from. But the long and short of the story is this, peeps. Like, PetraJam lost $300 million close to an election. That I go say a number of things. You understand what I say? And thing. So I even need to give you the breakdown. But now we need to talk about the said man on screen. But that's how I couldn't know so that did go on. So probably when the election come again, I'll probably play less for gas. I don't know. Zane, auntie. $300 million. Yeah, but them have money for buy $1,000 US cake, so then I can't do anything. No, former PetraJam general manager seeks $40 million in damages for a wrongful dismissal. This is the same man on screen. The same man where made the decision for PetraJam lose $300 million. The same man where employ some people where apparently shouldn't be employed. The same man, boy, I don't know. This man is seeking $40 million Jamaican dollars in damages for a wrongful dismissal. Former PetraJam general manager Floyd has submitted a massive claim of nearly $40 million against the company for a wrongful dismissal. Zane, so in a letter that was obtained, which was addressed to the company's current general manager Winston Watson, the letter dated April 24, 2019, was written by none other than QC Queen's Counsel KD Knight, who is acting on behalf of Greenlee. We soon talk about that. That is a whole story in itself. Mr. Knight says that on July 10, 2018, his client was given, you know what? We don't even wait. We now wait. We now wait. Because, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes, I. So, see the man them, you know. Mr. Knight says that on July 10, 2018, his client was given a directive to submit an urgent email signifying his separation from the company. He says that day, an announcement of his separation was tendered in Parliament by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. He says this was done despite no charges being levied against him, against his client, or any reason given for what's being described as a totally unaccepted course of action. Knight says the clear message was that any resistance to separate would result in Greenlee's dismissal. He says Greenlee's agreement to resign was simply to spare him from such indignity, and as such, the resignation was constructively a dismissal. The letter says at the time of separation, Mr. Greenlee had 17 months left on his contract and was also entitled to productivity incentive. The attorneys have calculated what they say is a minimum estimate owed to Greenlee. Yeah, the minimum estimate, you know. Peeps, minimum estimate, you know. Yo. There is nearly $34 million for outstanding breach of contract. Zin? $4.5 million for outstanding productivity allowance. So that are $38.5 million. Over $196,000 for a wrongful deduction of productivity allowance from 2016 to July of 2017. And more than $1.2 million for other wrongful deductions in 2017. The legal team says they are also willing to negotiate an amount for reputational damage. Yo, KD don't play. Mr. Greenlee's legal team said they expected a reply from the company within 10 working days, or the matter would be referred to the Labour Ministry and court proceedings launched. So I cannot say if any response have been given. The boss after the $40 million, him willing to negotiate an amount for reputational damage, because Mr. Greenlee's reputation was damaged. Alright. Yo, but just find this hilarious. Me I tell you the truth, people. God do, me can't hide it. You understand? Don't tell me what to do, says KD Knight. Because KD now has come under some criticism from the People's National Party because he has taken on the responsibility of representing Floyd Greenlee, when the People's National Party would be willing to accept that they are the one who discovered the PetraJam scandal and people start resigning left, right, and center. Alright. So you know, let me tell you what Sheriff said. You know, I saw at that time nickname Sheriff. You understand? KD Knight, very respectable man. You understand? A name brand lawyer, the go-to man. You understand? One of the go-to men. KD Knight defends decision to represent former PetraJam general manager. Veteran attorney and opposition senator KD Knight is totally defending his law firm's decision to represent former PetraJam general manager Floyd Greenlee in a wrongful dismissal claim made against the state oil refinery. Eyebrows were apparently raised within the People's National Party circles when news emerged this week that the firm Knight, Jr. and Samuels, which is KD Knight, John Jr., former health minister or tourism minister, I remember, and the great Bert Samuels, a cheap, powerful attorney that the babes. The the firm Knight, Jr. and Samuels had sent a demand letter to PetraJam on behalf of Greenlee, who is seeking compensation of close to $40 million for wrongful dismissal and reputational damage. Greenlee was appointed after the current government came to office and was separated from the scandal-tainted company in July of 2018 with a settlement of $7.9 million. The net payout, though, was $5.23 million. Less than the $15.2 million paid to Yolan Ramharak, former human resource manager who was reportedly unqualified for the job and who was facing a range of disciplinary charges when she left the company, 19 to be exact. Alright. Senator Knight, in a message posted in a WhatsApp group, told comrades that he was accustomed to hostile reactions to his decisions. Knight said, he's also a former cabinet minister in the previous PNP administration. My representation of Floyd Greenlee is causing some vitriolic angst. To be directed at me by certain comrades. I am accustomed to it. It started in 1980 when, as junior to the late Huntley Monroe, I went to Old Harbour Court to apply for a bail for a top-ranking officer of the PNP charged with gun offences. Labour rights wanted to arm us. Frankie Williams will remember, and some PNP questioned my sincerity in talking publicly against gun violence. I survived. In about 1983, comrades castigated me for defending Shorty in the Immaculate High School murder case. I had to leave a social event in Cherry Gardens because of hostility. I survived. I have been castigated by a journalist, Kevin O'Brien Chang, for using legal skills to protect corrupt politicians, according to them, in Trafigura. I survived. I was abused on radio over and over again by JLP and face to face by some PNP for defending Kern Spencer. I survived. Yo. I defended Hossie Harding in a civil fraud case, and some PNP told me I should not have. I survived. Believe me, I have never told a doctor not to treat a patient because the person is wicked or atrocious. Nor have I told a banker not to have a client an allegedly corrupt member of this administration. So, what makes me important that I should have to consult with such professionals as to whom I can represent? In 2010-2011, when Hugh Small, a former minister and known PNP, represented Bruce Golding, I never heard these voices. And when the word was that individual lawyers charged and were paid $2 million per week for 10 weeks, that's $20 million, to represent their clients, the PNP, through Dr. Peter Phillips, halfway through the matter, provided my team with $2 million to be divided among 5 lawyers over the 10 weeks. We did not shirk our responsibilities. And in Trafigura, we at my firm did not hold back in spending over $1 million of our own money to provide court bundles for lawyers and judges and free legal services. No doctor nor banker made any offer to help, let alone pay fees. We did the work. Zane, Floyd Greenlee did not come to us as PNP lawyers. He came to us because he thinks we are among the best. None of our critics seek our legal advice, but some ask for the political help of John Jr. and myself whilst we buy our own gas. And we never hesitate to assist in our own humble way. We are not a PNP law firm. We are lawyers who happen to be PNP. That I am a senator appointed by the PNP leader does not make me a PNP lawyer. I am a lawyer and I am PNP. The PNP does not pay me nor my staff. Yo, boy, I tell you. Knight also made personal references to fellow comrades Dr. Dayton Campbell and Patricia Sutherland, asking Dayton, if former Energy Minister Andrew Wheatley came to you for a medical treatment, would you refuse to treat him? Patricia, if Daryl Vaz or Andrew Holness come to you to open an account at JMMB, would you refuse them? Would either of you consult me before deciding what to do? And who amongst the others would consult me before engaging with a labor right? None. Whether or not I represent Floyd Greenlee, I can speak out against corruption. And I will continue to do so. Whether I am senator or not, I will have a voice in Jamaica. Ah boy. Floyd Greenlee and others consult us because they require legal services. And thank God enough others do so. Otherwise, we would have to dismiss our staff, seek free medical treatment, borrow from financial institutions, if any would lend us, and exist of legal aid cases. Breaking news. Look out for another bombshell. If the PNP said to reject me, laugh out loud, I will turn to the independents. But then again, I was PNP when the going was rough, and I remain PNP until I die. For those who understand my earth, much thanks. Love still. KD Knight. No, one thing, and I must say this publicly, I admire KD Knight. Zane? And the reason why I admire KD Knight is KD Knight is never afraid to tell anybody, anywhere, any day, anytime what is on his mind. And I respect that about the man. See? It's work. The man a work. You understand? The man a say them people the way I make nice, nah appoint him law firm. You understand? The man a say, you know, the man at Phelps and Phillips thing. You understand? When lawyers a get $2 million per week for 10 weeks, Peter Phillips give them $2 million for divided about 5 of them. Yo, Sheriff a boss. Me not tell a lie. Me not lie to you. God do. Me find it funny. The man now hold back nothing. You understand? The man say him is pain until him die. That me I tell you too. You see? So peeps, so that's the situation. So Floyd Greenlee say him want $40 million. Sheriff say him a go look it for him. You understand? And the reality now, peeps, is that KD Knight really ever loses a case. That is the reality. The whole law firm, as a matter of fact. See? The whole law firm, because John Jr. a massive name. You know Bert Samuels, the man there, say for him a practice law, a one murder case he never lose. Probably the most powerful law firm in the country, in reality. You understand? Auntie, you see me? So, KD Knight now hold back. Ain't holding back. Bounty Kill and Baby Shaman a brand new track. You know what thing got, peeps? So you know, we are going to wrap up the thing you know, because you know say tomorrow plantation settings and plantation beacons and things. You know Sunday evening we know to you understand how do the thing. See, normally I be a young then use on a Westmoreland, but we have a RR. I don't know if it's a RR, but it's a bigger bike, you know. You understand what I say? Miss Delmina Lewis, good evening. So peeps, we know that recently Mark Shields, former Assistant Commissioner of Police, would have publicly stated that the government perhaps need to look into probably issuing a temporary ban on motorcycles. Then some people run with it, say bike ban and all sort of crap. You understand? Some persons say yeah, some people say nay. Some people run with Mark Shields, say he's a white man and him no business a Jamaica and him not no sense because when him did it, all sort of things. See it? Alright, irrespective of that. We know that many crimes are perpetrated by persons riding bikes. We also know that among road fatalities, motorcyclists are leading the figures. It has been revealed now that apart from just the regular robbery and killings and deaths, there is more in this bike thing than meets the eyes. Westmoreland bikers ride at killer speed as gang rite of passage. So, the suggestion here is that some of these persons who are dying off these bikes are dying in an effort to be initiated and accepted in various gangs. Then me not no problem with that. You understand what I say? If it's a criminal, if it's a gang, because from the name gang, you know, really good. So me personally not no issue with it. You see, if them a crash like and a die, is one less gangster that, then me not no issue. But never mind. Gang initiation has been fingered as one of the chief factors fueling the high rate of traffic fatalities across the western Jamaica parish of Westmoreland. Yeah? As bikers are goaded into deadly stunts and dares to claim kinship and bragging rights in ego-charged clans. Motorcycle deaths have skyrocketed by 96% when compared with the corresponding period last year. A trajectory that is in keeping with far greater increase in the numbers this year. Zane? Auntie. So you know, with the narrative of biker anarchy sweeping Westmoreland, one of the 3 parishes that have been under a state of emergency since April 30 of this year. To date, of the 55 motorcyclists killed in 2019, Westmoreland leads with 9, with the neighboring parish of St. James 6, Trelawney 5, and St. Elizabeth 5 among the main killing fields. The Central Jamaica parish of Clarendon has had 7 motorcycle deaths. Yeah. Police and traffic analysts have cited the growing pull-off lottery scam networks that are flushed with cash fleeced from mainly elderly Americans. According to the authorities, the lottery scammers are no longer concentrated in Western Jamaica, but are found out with a wide range of decentralized cells in hunts like Clarendon. Motorcyclists account for 32% of road users killed since the start of the year, along with other vulnerable road users such as pedestrians, pedal cyclists, and pillions. They account for 63% of traffic fatalities in 2009 alone. Zane? Alright, so Francine White, accident analyst and statistician in the Road Safety Unit in the Ministry of Transport and Mining, said that Westmoreland bikers have formed gangs and riding dangerously through intersections without fear as a form of gang initiation. You hear that? Them a form gang and a ride through intersection as initiation. It sounds like a one song. A way of life. For Al-Qaeda, one of the bike gangs in Westmoreland, it is seen as a way of life for them, in that mainly busy thoroughfare, right in the intersection of Little London. It means that they have to ride across the intersection in busy periods at high speeds, and you have to ride back across. If you make it, then you are part of the gang, said White. Head of the Police, Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, Assistant Commissioner of Police Calvin Allen, confirmed White's assertion, saying that if you are lucky to ride whilst the other traffic is flowing in the other direction, then you are seen as one of those to join. But as motorcyclists, many of whose bikes are unlicensed and uninsured, run amok in the parish. Allen painted a picture of the police being handcuffed by toothless laws that led to fruitless cat and mouse chases. The Assistant Commissioner of Police, whose unit was formed in 2018 from the merger of the Public Safety Unit, Traffic Division and Motorized Patrol Division, said that while the police can seize unlicensed motorcycles, they have no authority to lock up perpetrators. Then, tomorrow or a few days later, you will see them not coming to the police station with documents to reclaim their property, but you will see them driving a new motorcycle. That is the culture of what exists, especially out west, and so we continue to seize. Those are some of the realities we have to live with. Allen, citing the easy replaceability of motorbikes, which can be bought for as cheaply as $50,000. When you find an individual who has taken off the mirrors of the motorcycles, who has taken off the headlights of the motorcycles, I am not making this up. This is what is happening out in the West. And one of the sources in Clarendon is the whole aspect of the lotto scamming. And this is where these guys don't come back to claim their motorcycle. They are able to easily go and buy again. So very easy money come their way. There you go. Jamaica Neutrality. Yo, you have to take bad things but joke both sides of the time. Yeah, you know, big man thing. Big man thing. Yes, I. So the man them a ride cross intersection for initiation. Godspeed. Zane. And then now, when them get lick off a bike, they mash up your vehicle, mash up your day. Sometimes the drivers of these vehicles are injured. In some cases, people die. Because a man a try get initiation in a gang. Ah, boy. Tell him. Man say Yang Pro Box and AD Wagon, you have to pre them. Don't forget Tida, brother. If you forget the Tida, you're in a problem too. You understand? And thing. So peeps, yo, I don't know. You see, sometimes we come and we talk and we all a reason. And the reason why I do this, I mean, is to make some money. Like, we can't go around that. I work. But also the reason why I do this is to dispense information to persons who are in the diaspora mostly, and persons who are at home but do not get to follow up the news and the papers as much as they wish. You understand? So we do this. But really and truly, sometimes me amazed as to the level of foolishness that obtains in this country. Yo. Really and truly astonished. But then we kind of learn, say, with Jamaica, do not be surprised by anything, because this is Jamaica to rot it. Don't set away, yo. You understand? Peeps, really and truly appreciate the support. All the persons who took time out of their Sunday evening for tuning, for locking, for clocking. You know, we appreciate the support. For the persons who are here for the first time, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. For the persons who are showed you out in the comments from long time and when they really respond, and nothing person, is just that we kind of level up on a shout out and thing. It kind of make the thing flow smoother, the thing more condensed, more precise, more on point, more professional. You understand what I say? So my apologies for that. Thanks to the persons who continue to support, thanks to the persons who continue to encourage, thanks to the persons who continue to contribute financially, thanks to the persons who continue to contribute with information and resources, as in video clips and audios and pictures and them things. We appreciate everything, everybody. You understand what I say? Peace, big up on yourself. I know the people them like the where are they now. As me say, you can help me with that series as well. If you know an artist or a famous Jamaican who has been off the radar for a long time and you think that they would help the series, then feel free to reach out to me and say, Teach, interview that person and we will make it happen. As I said, I had really and truly bad audio issues when I was interviewing Arkai. I tried as best as possible to fix it in post, in editing, but we need to look at our audio thing going forward. So I've been researching as we need to acquire new wireless audio devices and thing. I would have also realized that lens wise the picture wasn't as sharp and clean as it could be, so I would have since acquired the lens that I would have been dreaming about since acquiring my camera. I would have done that. It's en route. Zane. So we kind of work on the things them. You understand what I say? And thing. Cause you know say I grow, I grow. You see me? This might also be the last stream that you are seeing me through this particular camera, which is a webcam, Logitech Brio. I think that's the best webcam available, but I have decided to improve the quality of the visuals during the stream as well, and I have invested in a camera. Like, me just get it since even like me said, that's why I stream start late, me go collect it and things. So we need some other things to set up that. So hopefully by Friday those things are here and we can do a test run on them something there. So we are improve a thing slowly as we go along. You know, everything takes money. You know, most of the things that we need are overseas and we have to buy them and ship them out or get somebody to carry them out for we. So it takes a lot of time. It's expensive, but you know, from day one, we never have no issue for invest in the channel, because I saw the thing, because you grow, you have to spend for grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So we don't have an issue with that. So there are some other things that we need to acquire, but as I say, it takes time. Remember that we were demonetized for a while, then demonetized again. So everything kind of just come back in place and things. So thanks to the persons who would have been contributing financially. That is more important than you think. Thanks to the persons who continue to watch the videos, because that is how we get paid as well. So you know what thing, it takes a little time. It takes cash to care. It's very expensive. So we do what we can do when we can do it, and some things just take time. But you know what thing, have not done a lot of work on the second channel for this month, but I will definitely get back that in order in soon, for next month. So you can look out for that. If you haven't subscribed to that second channel yet, you need to go across and do so, where I show beautiful Jamaica, land we love, land of food and water, nothing we not short. You know what I think. So peace, big up on yourself. We're there. We appreciate the continued support from each and every one. I just want everybody will have a wonderful week, a productive week. Have something nice to drink, but if you have to drink, don't drive. If you must drive, do not drink. When you go on the road, lower the headphone them. Stop separating yourself from an environment. Observe. Pre-people, because people are pre-uno. You understand? Lower the Bluetooth headpieces them. Stop drawing additional attention to yourself. Keep your cell phones in your pocket and in your bags. Use them only when you need them. Walk with only the cash that you need. If you must take public transportation, try to travel in a group. If you cannot travel in a group, know the do's and the don'ts. Take the license plate number, send it to somebody. Describe the car, describe the driver, tell people you're there, tell people where you go. You understand what I say? Next thing, for the people that want to post, tell people where them I do, where them I go, where them they want to stop. Be careful. People are watching. You understand what I say? Some way I give away life because of them something there. For the people that want to live them relationship in a social media space, on a status, want to stop with them something there. People don't need to know every detail in their life. Yes, you have to show off your spouse and your partner from time to time. Nothing wrong with that something there. But when you tell them every detail of your life and every time when you have sex and when you have sex and how much people you have sex with that, we don't need to know them something. Be careful. You understand what I say? Peace, big up on yourself. And I say Cookie Mama. Cookie, big up yourself in the Empress. Dante Dan, Miss Sonia Allen, Jamlad TV, are the youngest lad. Julian Smith, big up yourself in the bro. Miss Kanayaka Chisholm, Ken Prosper, Miss Joan Gray, Finar, the man with the girls, them say a star. You know what I think? Zane, Miss Julian Gillis, the Royal General, Miss Millicent Thomas McDermott, Mommy Wang, go on, Sharm Lally, big up yourself in the Empress. Zane, Romario Torreto, brother, manners and respect in the youth. You know what I think, You understand? God favored me. Dan Dada, VDT, Blessings, Miss Sophia Kobe, Dexter Fremantle, Juicy J. Who else in the building? Lawless. The man will leave the girls. You know what I think? Breathless. You see me? Who else about? Lloyd Kelly, big up yourself in a bro. Miss Aisha Park, Blessings Empress, walk one. Father Mike Lewis, JB Rum, manners and respect in the family. Jamaica Funny Eyes, Blessings in DeAndre Small, brother, walk one youth. NOS360 Reasoning, manners, Empress Love, Empress. Won't be looking one alright, you know what I think, you know you have a family like that, You understand? God favored me. Zane, who else in the building? Kemar Golden, my brother. Calvin Carter, manners, You know what I think, Xavier, I don't know if you're still about, father, but big up yourself, Pele Crusher, manners and respect, King Benji, Candy Diamond, blessings every time. Miss Angela Martin, Miss Martin, yes, a blessed professor, you're a most kind empress. Zane, Andrew Lewis, blessings in the family. You know what I think, Jaddy, big brother, walk one. Manners, peeps, you know what I think, Rodney Bounty Killer Price, big up yourself here at the building in a Godfather. Mr. The Labor Day project, I did want to cover the Labor Day project this year, But you know, I have a Labor Day project myself. You know what I think, Light Chatbot, big brother, walk one. You know what I think, peeps. Enjoy your week. Friday, 7:30. Make it a date and don't be late. DS Electronics Unlimited, big up yourself in the family. And the people that want me a pen, on the stop foolishness, man. You understand what I say? Zane, enjoy your week, have a productive week, work good. You understand what I say? And step with Jah. I'm out.